friends, you are watching ERUDIRE Plus, the professional CAD/CAM solution provider. This channel provides basics of finite element analysis and computer-aided mechanical engineering design and analysis using CAD-related software. Let's get started.
Me model one LPG cylinder, right? So we'll do this one using SolidWorks. Okay, so let's get started. We're starting from new part, and we start from front plane, normal to. Initially starting with sketch, and it will be center line. So starting with center line. Next one, we have to create one profile, and that to be revolved with respect to this central axis, right? We'll start some cross-sectional areas. Next one, we can provide smart dimensions to this one. Like, let's make this one as 160 millimeter, and height, let's provide this one as 600 millimeter. And later at this point, you can provide some radius, like fillet will be there. You can make some fillet at this point with the radius of, maybe you can take the radius equal to 140, right? Let's take the radius equal to 130. Done. And here this case we can provide another radius. Let's take the radius equal to a little bit of less. Maybe you will take this one radius as 140, right? We'll take the radius as 140. Next one, what can we do is we can make one offset entities. That means to make a closed geometry, we have to make some offset lines with respect to this line, right? So we'll do it. Now we can do it like to make a hole. We can cut this part, right? Of this one will be diameter. We can see the dimension how much it is from here to here. This one will be definitely 10 millimeter. This is 20 millimeter, right? Okay. No need of doing this one. Now what we'll do is we'll cut this part to make a hole inside this one. Now with respect to this line, we'll make some reference lines like offset entities. Select that line, offset entities, and we can make this one outside, right? Done. How much is the thickness? This offset thickness equal to, we can say equal to, it is given 10 millimeter thickness. Okay, done. Now to make the profile closed geometry, we have to make these lines closed. Done. Again, the down part also we have to make it closed. Done. Now we can go out of the sketch. So exit from the sketch, select the sketch again, and features, revolve with respect to the center line. The done model is ready. Okay, right. Now what we have to do is, like base part we have to do something, and top part also to do something. So starting with the base, what you have to do is select the top plane, and for the top plane you have to bring down to make a plane below this one, right? What we can do is select this one, and with respect to this one we can make a plane. We made a plane there. From there 10 millimeter away we made a plane, right? Now with that, on that plane we can start drawing something. So let's make the plane. Now on that plane number 1 we have to draw something. Let's draw it and take the normal view of that plane. On that plane we can draw something. Start with circles. Let's provide 2 circles. And smart dimension to this one we can provide as you can provide smart dimension to this one as 265. Millimeter. And the other one can provide as 232. And other one we can provide dimension as 232 millimeter. So 2 dimensions provided. Green check and exit from the sketch. Now that part we can extrude features, extrude boss base and towards up to surface. So you select the surface Done. This part we made, right? Now one thing can be done, like here itself we can make some kind of slots, right? For making the slot we have to select the plane also. So what we'll do is select that plane. After that we have to select some plane. Let's select front plane. With respect to front plane, some distance away we have to make another plane. At the circumference of this cylinder we have to make another plane, and on that plane we can provide the slots, right? So here we have to make a plane. The distance of this one is how much? We can see the distance, it was from here to it will be 132.5 millimeter. From this plane 132.5 millimeter away we have to make another plane. So starting another plane, select exit from the sketch, select that front plane, then reference geometry plane. From here 132.5 millimeter away we're making another plane, right? See, that is touching that surface. Okay, done. Now on that plane we have to draw some slot. So start with sketch and slot again. Let's make the slot and let's provide some smart dimension to that one. Radius of this one you can provide 8 millimeter, and the length of this one will provide 70 millimeter. So to make this one symmetric with respect to the central axis, we can provide the distance from here to here is again equal to 35 millimeter. So the distance from here to here again equal to 35 millimeter. Done. Drawing is complete. So green check and exit from the sketch. Now select the sketch again and that to be cut. So features, extrude cut. You can cut it. Up to next. It's done. You can see some slot is there, right? Now the same slot we can rotate surrounding this part, right? So it is already selected. We can start with circular pattern and we want 4 numbers. Selected surface, 4 numbers is done. So we have made 4 slots at the bottom part, right? And see, it's perfect, right? Okay. Now let us see whether it is hollow or not. Let us see the cross-sectional part. Yeah, it is fine. Okay, done. Now what we have to do here, this case actually we have to put some kind of like connections for this like a regulator, right? What we will do is at this point first of all we provide some kind of washer. We have to put some washer at this location. So we have to create a plane on that surface, right? The plane is not there. So what can we do is to create a plane. Let's see the top plane. This is the top plane. Now from here some distance away we have to make this plane, right? So what we'll do is features, reference geometry, plane. Now here we have to make the plane. So we can adjust the distance. Whether it is touching or not we can see also by viewing this one from the front plane. You can see whether it is touching that one or not. It is not touching, so we can adjust the distance. It's not an issue if it is not touching, also no issue at all, right? So from here 232 millimeter away we are making a plane. It's not touching, no issue at all, right? We made the plane, and on the plane we have to start new drawing. normal to sketch, circle, can provide two circles of different dimensions. Let's select the second one as 70 millimeter, and first one is 40 millimeter. Okay, green check, select the sketch again, and that to be extruded. This is for actually washer, so features extrude boss base, and that to be extruded to a distance of maybe we can see the distance maybe 2 millimeter only. While extrusion, we have to see that it should not be merged with the results, like we have to make it separate. So extrude 2 millimeter. Done. We can see two different entities are there. It is not merged with the original object. Right? Done. Next one, we have to provide some kind of bolt here with 40 millimeter there. So we can start again drawing on that surface. Normal to. You can start sketching central line. Exit from the sketch, and we can extrude that part. First select that sketch, features, extrude boss base, and that to be extruded both ways, because down also some distance is required. Let's make 32 millimeter. Green check. Now we can see the segmented view of this one is perfect, right? It's perfect. Right. Now here this plane at this location we have to provide some kind of like hexagon also. We have to provide some hexagon. So select the plane, sketch, hexagon. You can start drawing hexagon at this location. Let's provide smart dimension to this one as 32 millimeter. Done. So exit from the sketch and select the sketch again, features, extrude boss base, and that can be extruded to a distance of 24 millimeter. Green check. Now top of the surface we can draw one circle again, sketch, you can provide a circle, of diameter 50 millimeter. Exit from the sketch. Sketch is selected. Now we can do something else. Extrude cut. Flip side to cut, and draft is on. We can provide an angle of 30 degree. Okay. Green check. So this is done. Now the top surface of this one we have to provide that regulator, right? So again you have to draw one circle on that. Exit from the sketch, and that to be extruded to a depth of 24 millimeter. And finally on that one another cycle is required. Sketch, circle, let's put smart dimension to this one as 90 millimeter. Exit from the sketch and extrude boss base to a depth of 40 millimeter. Grain check. We can provide fillet on the top surface. Fillet of radius we can provide 10 millimeter, and down part we can provide some kind of chamfer of 40 millimeter. Is little higher. We can edit this one. We can edit this one a little bit less. Let's make this one as 20 millimeter. Okay, done. Now something else is remaining. That means at this surface some kind of surroundings will be there. So we can make it again. So for that one we have to select a plane. The plane is already made here, right? We have already made a plane. You can make the plane a little bit off up to the surface. Select that plane, and again we want to make another plane with respect to that plane. So the distance, let it be 122 millimeter. Okay, done. We made a plane. On that plane we have to start drawing something again. So sketch, and we want a normal to that one. We want to draw normal to that plane. From here we're starting some arc. Let's provide smart dimension to this one. $125 millimeter, and with respect to this one we can make some kind of offsets, and offset distance we want 10 millimeter. Great, check. Now we can join these parts. This is done. Green check. So exit from the sketch. Sketch is selected. We can extrude this part. I can extrude up to that surface. So what we'll do is blind will replace by up to surface. Now select that surface. Green check. It is done. And the same thing we have to make a copy 3 times about this circumference, right? So the object is selected already. We'll move to circular pattern, and we want 3 numbers with respect to the central axis. You can check the 3 parts are done already. Okay, now at this surface we have to provide some kind of circular holder should be there, right? So what we'll do is on that surface we can draw one circle. Again select the surface, sketch. You can provide normal to that one. Let's draw one circle. Okay, done. Exit from the sketch. sketch is already selected, so we can start drawing like swept boss base. I want to make a circular profile and select that path, and in this case we want the thin feature of thickness 5 mm. Done. I think this appears very small. We can make it bigger also if you like. We can edit this part. If you like, we can edit this part. Let's edit this part. The diameter of this one was 10 mm. We can make it 15 mm. Now it appears okay, right? Now we can provide color to this one, and unwanted these planes we can make it hidden. This is the thing, right? Now we can provide actual color to this one. Before that, we have to provide material, right? So what we'll do is appearance, and we want to provide steel. It will be metals, and we want steel. Let's provide matte finished steel. Matte finished steel. Let's provide matte finished steel. Done. Right. Now again, this part we can make it hidden. Okay, done. Now one thing we can do, we can provide color to this one to make it more like appealing. We have to provide color to this one, right? Okay. So what we'll do is select that object, whole object. Better to select from that geometry itself. We have selected all surface. Now let's put color to this one. This one appears to be okay, right? Cylinder is okay. Now we have to do something like here, this washer and this knot we have to provide a different color. Let's provide that one as brass. We have provided brass to that connection, and that regulator we can provide different material. Let's provide this one as matte iron. So our model is ready, right? And you can do one thing, like you can provide some kind of writing on that, right? You can do it again. So for writing these things, we have to select, first we have to select a plane. Let's select the front plane. Now you can start wrap, and for wrapping we have to start with text. I can write down I've written Indian gas, and we can change the font size as we can make it point. It will be very big size, so we can make it 130 130 size, right? We are making Indian gas, we have made of font size 130. Now we have to make it wrapped. So what we'll do is, the size is okay. I want to make it, select the surface, is done. We made Indian gas, but we can provide this color different. So what can I do is make this color as black. Okay, our model is ready. And this is all about our today's modeling using SolidWorks. If you like this video, please subscribe and share, and if you have any kind of doubts, please write to me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you again. Bye.